say God's been in my life, my whole life. Just, it wasn't the God I know now. I grew up in a congregational church, like a Methodist church. It just didn't feel real to me. Then high school came, and that was like the whole, like everyone is like, you're trying to fit in, you're trying to be someone you're not. And that's kind of where I was like, I felt kind of empty, and I was kind of looking for more. So in that high school scene, it was more like, let's go to this party, or let's do this drug, or let's stay out till like 4 a.m. driving around and acting stupid. And I was at the lowest point of my life. I was in the dumps. Like, I was going out every night, just alone, trying to seek God and ask him why. But because my heart was like empty and searching for more, I was trying to grab certain things that I didn't know was destructive. When I hit 19, that's when things started to change, because that's when like my grandparents, they come to church. They were very integrated in the church, and they were always like, hey, come on, like, hey, do you want to come to church? They were always inviting me. Then I started coming to church more and more. And then I would see Pastor Steven, and then I went up to talk to him. And then he was like, hey, you should join the Ignite group, which is like the young adults group. Like, I join it, meet some fantastic people. These people are on fire for God. And just the joy that they have, I was like, I kind of want that joy. And then it led up to March 7th when Pastor Steven and I had a phone call, which then allowed us to just talk about my faith, talk about where I'm at. And he was trying to be like, hey, if you want to trust Christ, trust Christ. And I was like, I was a little apprehensive because that was a big decision. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, does God love someone like me? And then later that night, I made the decision, yeah, he does. And I want to love him. So then I trusted Christ in a parking lot. It was at like 7 p.m. And then it was like fists in the air. I was singing so loud all the way home. Ugh, it's great. And then from that day on, it was like a whole new world.
With that profession of faith, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, buried in the likeness of his death, raised in the likeness of his resurrection.
So me getting baptized and getting saved was an answer to my grandfather's prayer. And then from me getting baptized, it got my parents in the church. And my parents, fast forward, now they're saved. So now it's like me coming to Emmanuel and me getting saved opened the door to my whole family to allow Christ just into their hearts. And the change and transformation that it allowed in our lives is just fantastic. God changes lives. And like, I see it firsthand every day with my family and myself. So I'm a 0 to 100 kind of guy, which I think God's working on right now. And so that made me want to serve, want to get connected with the church, do more, volunteer, all this stuff. And basically I waited a little bit, and then I got plugged into kids ministry. I'm enjoying it so much because I'm able to make an impact in their life. And a lot of the times, the kids, they get rough and rowdy, but I think it's important to be able to just give that grace and give that love.
Remember, they're going all the way to the back of the line. Fastest team and the first team to do it wins, okay?
I work in the morning service, so every morning, like the first service, I have to wake up at like 6:30 to then get ready to then come to church. And when I was looking at it, when I first got into the teams, I was like, oh man, I have to wake up at 6:30 on Sundays now, and it's like all this stuff. But I'm so excited when I wake up because it's like I get to be a part of this team to then help these kids, to then help God's kingdom. You know, I get to try to lead these kids to Christ, and it's like such a fulfilling thing to do. If anyone's considering a team, it is worth it. Teams changed my life. It got me closer to God. It allowed me to expand God's kingdom through me, and it allowed me to feel like I have more of a purpose for God. For me, I feel way more connected to God's kingdom when I'm serving at this church, at Emmanuel.